currently work for Gilmore. The topic of my talk is promoting your brand through social media, and just wanted to share some of the things that I do at the Gilmore and give you guys some cost-effective ways to create content and things like that. A couple things before I start. Nikki did such a great job that a lot of what she said is also in my presentation, so I will try not to belabor those points. And then also, I reference several people that I follow on Twitter that are social media managers, one of which is the social media manager for the New York Stock Exchange, one for the New York Rangers, and one is for John Deere, all of John Deere. So you'll see a lot of their screenshots of their tweets. That's who those people are. And then also there are a couple of sports references in here because it's been such a big part of my life. I just left them in there for they're valuable. So if you see sports, don't get too confused. So the first thing, that's a slow transition. The first thing I would like to start with is just a couple slides on what is your brand, what is a brand. Because a lot of times I think people get confused, they think your logo is a brand, and obviously that's the visual representation of a brand. Like Nike, you know that that's Nike, you don't need any type or anything. Same with Apple, Starbucks. These are how you visually recognize a brand, but the brand itself is actually are actually the set expectations, memories, stories, and relationships that taken together account for a consumer's decision to choose one product or service over another. So the brand is your customer's experience, or your visitor's experience, which literally everything plays into that, right? From your messaging, your, if you read it when you come in the door, social media is a huge part of that because that's kind of your front porch. That's, other than your website, that's probably how they're finding out about you, perhaps before they even set foot in the door, right? So I think it's important to really dig into that type of thing when you're trying to build your social media strategy and what you want people to feel and what you want them to think about your institution. As Nikki mentioned earlier, consistency is key. In branding, if you have your social media, your website, any literature, messaging, packaging, all of those elements work together and provide a consistent look and promise, perception, expectations, and when people feel like you've got your act together, so to speak, they're more willing to buy in and follow and kind of become, I hate to use the word disciple, but a disciple of your brand and your message. So here's just a couple of quick examples. This is our 2020 show schedule. This is kind of when I got to Gilmore, there weren't any brand standards. We've changed that in the last year. We've developed some brand standards and we're looking to expand them in 2020. This is kind of what set the standard for all the other things that are coming. So this is literature, obviously these are print materials. This is a sponsorship prospectus that was put together, 2 pages of a 9-page prospectus that our development officer either sends out via email or takes a hard copy with and places. This is a Model T class schedule. When we released our dates, this is what we put up on our website and on our social media. Every Wednesday in the summer, from May to September, we have cruising, and it's kind of weird to me because you can just look this up on your phone, but a lot of people depend on us. I inherited this cruising conditions, but people were so dependent on it, they would ask me, when are you going to post the cruising conditions? That I look it up for them and I put it up every Wednesday, probably about between 12 and 2, so that they know at 5 o'clock what it's kind of going to be like. And then this is just a thing we started doing. I think it's important to, and Nikki made mention of this also, it's really important to showcase your staff and your volunteers. At Gilmore, we can't do a lot of the things that we want to do to the capability that we're able to without our volunteers. So they're really important. I think it gives a face to your organization, it adds to your authenticity, and just makes you more real. So any staff that you want to highlight, I would encourage you to do that, and it makes them feel good, and it makes them want to buy in more too. So there's a lot of kind of fringe benefits to that. And as you can see, all of those pieces, they're across platforms. Sorry, here's an extra one. This is an event cover. So all of our shows for the summer look like this. You just have a different picture and a different title. But again, just trying to get to people recognizing our brand. And as you can see, all of these examples are very similar in their look. They, hopefully, most of them, if they don't all have the logo, will have the logo or our little car on them somewhere. And then we keep in brand with our colors. Okay, so a lot of people talk about time, and we also had sort of a bandwidth problem when I started. As far as resources, like I said before, Matt Kovac, he does the social media for the New York Stock Exchange and is a really good resource for just ideas on social media. He does some interesting things, and then he likes to share that information and encourage people to steal a technique he's used if it works for their organization. So someone had asked him if it was important for you to be on every platform. And he basically says, as we logically think, that the answer is no, or the answer is dependent on how many resources or how much resources you have. When I got to Gilmore, they had Facebook, Instagram, that's a Flickr logo, Pinterest, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn. They wanted to look at Snapchat. They wanted to do TikTok, all these things. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, you guys, like when you post on these, say the topic is volunteer spotlight. Well, as Vicki mentioned, across platforms, you're not going to post the same thing. It might be in the same topic, but on Instagram, you're going to have a photo. On Twitter, maybe it's a blog. On Facebook, it's something else. But they all relate to that one topic. So that's where it's really hard for one person, which I don't know how many of you are just one person doing your social media, creating content, looking things at like everything. A lot of you probably, and if you aren't, you probably wear multiple hats. So we looked at it and we said, the focus now is our demographic or our audience is generally younger. So we catch them on Facebook. 68% of the people who use Facebook. Then we catch our younger crowd on Instagram, because 70% of users are under the age of 35. There's over 1 million active accounts on Instagram. And then where we meet in the middle is on YouTube, because well over 50% of each of these age groups use YouTube. So we've narrowed it down to the 3 that we think work the best for us, and that we have the resources to properly cover. So the first thing when you think about, you narrow it down, you identify your brand, you narrow it down to what you can do, so then you're talking about what do we create. And I think there's 2 really big things that you want to think about when you're creating content for your pages. And the first is to create with intention. If you just put something up to put it up, your audience is going to know that. And then they're going to lose interest. So if you, sometimes I hate to say don't post, but if you don't have anything to say that's relevant and on topic, then maybe don't say anything that day. And then also you have, so it says you have to adjust your brand's tone for the platform you're using. And then this is, even though you're creating with intention, you're thinking about what's topical and what makes sense for you. I thought this was well, a good point. The point is that there's no magic or no secret guru sauce to winning on Facebook. The key is thoughtful execution with an intentional framework while erring on the side of clarity above everything else. That pretty much sums it up. It's pretty clear. Create with intention. Don't just make something to make something. The second one is return on investment. And this has become a big thing for me because I find myself running out of time, so I'll take a quick 2 minutes and say, if I've got this idea, this campaign, does this make sense for me to spend this amount of time doing it? and what do I hope to get out of it. This is a good example here, this Avengers graphic. I just started at Fillmore, the new Avengers movie was coming out, and I had a coworker who was super into it, and I was like, oh yeah, here, tons of this is going to go viral. I'm going to make all these things where we kind of chose cars that personify different characters from Avengers, and we were doing a countdown to the movie. And it was horrible, nobody liked it, and I was like, oh, maybe this is harder than I thought. So, or at least I learned that our audience didn't like that, so I have not touched Avengers since then. In fact, I think I threw them all away. I don't even have them on my computer anymore. But what I would say, in all seriousness, the return on investment is huge because we all have limited time and resources. One thing I use to try to keep myself on track is I call it an editorial calendar. Every month I try to plan out, and a lot of things come out last minute, that's okay. Or something happens like coronavirus that nobody saw coming and you want to put a post related to that. But generally I kind of lay out my month. This is a snapshot of March. And at the top you can see there's the date. This is also helpful if you have multiple managers. You can see my name is listed everywhere, so I'm the only one. Let's say I want a vacation and Jamie can post. He could use this as a resource to know what to post. So you have the time, type, post platforms, hashtags you use, who's going to post it, any important notes. So this is also a good example here. So let's see, this Sunday, this Sunday selection Sunday. So I put out 32 cars. We're going to do Instagram poll and Facebook polls in our stories about, we have a muscle car museum coming, breaking ground this summer, and we'll open next year, 2021. So I thought, well, let's do muscle cars as March Madness style to see who's the national champion muscle car as voted on by our audience. And so this is how I mapped it out. I'm going to do 8 games, the left side of the bracket one day, and I'll do the right side of the bracket, and go back and forth to coincide with different stages of the tournament. So we'll see if we have big sports fans who are also our people. What's relevant and is topical, and if you are any bit of a March Madness fan, you know that it kind of takes over in March. Another thing that I didn't put an example here, but if you look it up, another useful tool is a social media audit, and that's where you kind of plan out your hashtags and what platforms you're on, and again, get you to dive deeper into what you're doing on social media. You need content to create content. So you need assets, you need video, you need photos, you need quotes for people, whatever, you're build graphically, you need stuff to do that. So a big thing that I like, again, is behind the scenes. This is a screenshot of me. People always wonder how we move our cars, and Art happened to be moving one day. So I quick got out my phone and snapped a picture of him using our car mover to move some vehicles around. And it makes your brand more authentic. You can work with, if you have to work with artifacts you have in your collection, how do you restore things, what do you guys, how do things work behind the scenes of the museum. And then I also encourage people to have kind of generic pictures that fit the scope of your institution, that you have in hand that you can slap some text over if you need to, or slap a logo on, or whatever, just so you have it there. And another thing people really like are old photographs of your institution, of people that used to work there, maybe helped build it, so on and so forth. Okay, so real quick, I'm going to go through a couple tools that I use that are essential to what I do. Tools of the trade is the iPhone. I'm an iPhone person, if you're an Android user, that's okay. I've been told by my coworker, the cube across from me, that her galaxy can do everything that my iPhone can do. So don't fret if you don't have an iPhone, but it's literally a computer in your pocket. There's a ton of, I was just talking during lunch with someone about Canva. There's a ton of free and low-cost apps that you can download on it. So you have an editing station right there in your pocket. And then as the cameras have progressed on cell phones, you have panorama, you have slow motion, hyperlapse, portrait. You get some really good shots with just your iPhone or your camera phone. I mean, we have nice, like the Nikon camera at the museum. We all use our cell phones. So take it with you everywhere. Put spin on it so you guys do that was important. I just pulled a couple shots that I've taken from shows or cruises. I like to do a lot of portrait stuff where you focus on a piece of the vehicle and then the rest of the backdrop kind of becomes fuzzy. Or kind of, I'll say partial shots, because you know what you're looking at, but it still kind of causes you to pause and think, oh, okay, I know that's a car, but this is a 56 special. But, you know, if it doesn't say that on there, you can 100% identify it from maybe just that front grill section. Which car lovers love to express their knowledge, and yes, right? And try and tell you that they know exactly what that car is. So, again, this is a back bumper shot, just taken from above, and it's just a different perspective that it might cause someone to stop scrolling for a second, which is ultimately what you want. Another iPhone shot our audience responded really well to was this thing called a deer photograph. It's where you take a picture of the past in the present. We have a lot of buildings on our campus, and this is our old sea barn. They used to hang mint in it, and it's native not to Erie Corners of Kalamazoo in Southwest Michigan. It's over 100 years old. And actually, the other half of the old photograph has some horses and carriage on them. It's a really interesting picture to see what life was like then and put it up now. This was all started, I think, in 2012 by a guy who ended up taking a picture of his brother. In the living room in this spot or something, and started blogging, and it blew up. Now, if you use deer photograph as your hashtag, or you say deer photograph only when you then or we know now, something like that, people know exactly that this is what that is. All right, so another tool of the trade, I brought these with me. You can see it there, but it's this. It's called a gimbal. This is a DJI Osmo Mobile 2 that I have in my hand. They're on the 3, and this can be incredibly useful. I don't even know why I waited so long to get one of these, and they're very low cost. You can get this one for about, I think I paid $150 for this one. You can get really expensive ones, or you can get this guy, which is relatively cheap. And it's a camera stabilizer, so if I'm walking, if I'm doing a live shot, it's not, you don't get all of this. Like if you speed up the video, you might get a little shake, but it's gonna give you very steady camera work from a phone. It also can do really good pans. It's very easy to pan, and you can go up and down like that and adjust. It's got all these little motors. DJ has a drone company, and so they put all these little tiny motors in here that balance the phone and keep it level. Another cool thing is that it has an app that comes with it for mobile editing. So I was at the Grand Rapids Auto Show, and we had our GarageWorks class come up and meet with some folks up there. And I filmed it, and let's see if I can. Oh, there's my clicker. I got too much stuff. Let's see if I can play it for you real quick. Oh, get out of there. Okay, so that's the gimbal. Again, if you want to see the video without all the jumping, go to our Facebook page. It's on there. I did that. I filmed it and I edited it on my phone. The editing probably took half an hour, which is really nothing comparatively. The glyph is next. The glyph is just this part right here. This guy. It allows you to use your phone in a vertical or horizontal thing. And again, sometimes I attach this to my selfie stick. I carry it with me if I don't have my gimbal. It adds a little bit more stability. Some people like to kind of tuck their arms in like this, and they'll work on hand motions like this. It also allows you to, as you get better at your video, you can attach, in this picture up here, there's a microphone on top and a light on the bottom. So you can almost get like a whole, kind of full production rig if you need to, using very basic elements. This is the big boy. This is our 360 camera. It's called a Insta360 1X. It shoots, there's a lens on this side, and there's a lens on this side, and each one shoots 180 degrees, and stitches them together in the middle, so you get a full 360. That includes not just on one field like this, but you can look up, you can look down. And we found that people have really enjoyed that. We use it to get kind of drone-esque shots because we don't have a drone. So I walk around car shows with it a lot. I also did let's get to it here. So I won't make you watch this, but we shot a whole, and if you want to go to our Facebook page, we have a pre-1942 driving tour that I did a cool recap on using the iPhone and left 360 camera, so you guys can check that out. And then, so we have a women promoter exhibit right now, which is really cool. It's all about women in the auto industry and the advances that they made. And one of the biggest things is that they were integral in the work that was done with interiors inside vehicles at that time. So I thought, well, let's give them an inside look. I mean, at Gilmore, we have, you have the ability to walk up to the car. We don't have ropes. But if you are mobility challenged, if you're a child, if you're short, if you're in China, and you're, like if you ever get into the Gilmore is slim, you can still enjoy the inside. You can still enjoy the inside of the 1955 Continental Femme. So this is a third-party site that we linked up to, and you can swirl around, see the little black, this guy right here, that is the base of the selfie stick goes away, and you can look at all of the inside of this vehicle. And eventually, we like our catalog of vehicles in our mind to have this, an inside 360 of what the car looks like.
Emily, how well was that received? The outside world music?
I think people really liked it. I mean, when we posted on social media, it gets a lot of engagement, it gets a lot of shares, which is good. People, ask us questions about the dash, because as you can see, I mean, it's clear. If you zoom in, it gets grainier. So it has led to further discussion, which is part of our mission at Gilmore to spark that interest in the vehicle. So I would say it's a winner for us. People think it's pretty interesting. So
that would really come in handy as Nikki was talking about these behind-the-scene things.
Mm-hmm.
It just adds an extra.
Yes, yep, an extra layer. And like I said, you can kind of do a drone shot. You can get longer telescoping poles for it. So like it's this weird shot where you like bring it down maybe on a hood ornament, and then you lift it up like this and you walk backwards, and it kind of makes it look like a drone's like taking up off the ground, which is kind of cool. So you can do some really neat things with it. And then this little guy is just a Gorilla Pod. You've probably seen them, maybe you have them. Again, inexpensive, helps you with outdoor stuff. Some people try and wrap them around car frames to get inside shots of while people are driving a Model T or something like that. That can help out too. Again, inexpensive, $50. you've gone out, you've got your photos, you've got your video, how do you make graphics? If you have a graphic designer that you work with, you go to them and say, hey, I need this. If you don't, if you're a one-stop shop, I just like to mention a couple things. I work in the Wiegand suite, that's how I made everything for the museum. These are images I made for a high school sports, but the problem is it's very time, anyone can learn it, but it's time intensive, and there is a monthly subscription. You used to be able to buy CDs for this, but now it's, I don't know what we can do for the museum. We have some licenses, but you may not have the budget for it. But that's one, if you have it, this is the best place to design. I do like to point out, for people who don't have that, maybe you have an intern or a volunteer that you need to make some of your graphics, Google Draw is going to be more like trying to make your graphic in Publisher or Word, but it can be done. Yes?
One thing that we run into a lot is people that design in this and design their logos, and then they bring us their file and they want us to print banners.
Yes.
That's something that people need to realize, is that these are not for banner printing. If you're doing your logo, don't do it in this kind of a program. Have a professional do it.
Yes.
Have it done in vector art, and otherwise it's just going to be a mess.
Yep, that's
You
a
want
great
consistency.
point. Yep, absolutely great point. This example again. This is cloud-based, so if you have a Google account, you can do Google Draw. It's easy for somebody to learn. It's web-based. It's available everywhere. The inspiration was somebody at Wiegand basketball designed that, probably in Adobe. I went in and I made one for the high school I worked for as an example. Google Draw. Now they're not the exact same, but you can see the sameness in them. So it can be done. It takes a little finagling, but that's a free option for you. Overall, when you make graphics, again, I apologize if some of them aren't the graphics person, but the biggest thing is just keep it simple. Jen Hartman, this is a screenshot of a tweet from her, and she's the social manager for John Deere, and she says, all the beautifully designed content in the world can't replace what our customer loves most about our brand, our tractors, in action, ordos, moving dirt, lesson, don't overthink content. An easy way to make patterns, you'll see on all my slides, there's a dot pattern at the top. So literally just make with dots, arranging them, and then the two squares that becomes, after repetitive use, that becomes a pattern that can be, part of your brand, part of your look. And it's easy to do that even with X's and O's on your keyboard, forward and slash, triangles, whatever. One thing that we have just started using is Spotify. We have a Spotify account because our main gallery has music. And we put music that corresponds with the exhibit that's currently in there. So we currently have Women Promoter in there, and so I curated a list that goes with that. It's kind of like girl power songs, if you will. And people have commented on it, they've noticed. You can share this on social media. It kind of can help set the mood. At our museum, obviously it's very visual. We have if a blind person or a person who can't see very well comes in, we'll give them white gloves so they can feel the cars and get that same experience. And this can help enhance that also with kind of getting them in the mood, getting the picture across to them that they can't physically see. QR codes. I got a long fight with my boss Jay about QR codes. Not really, we love each other still. But some people say QR codes are dead. In the institutions that we work in, I don't think so. Again, our purpose is to kind of pique people's interest and then provide further information, or hopefully they want to learn more. So you can use a QR code to drive them to your website, to drive them to your social media, when they can get that extra that they're looking for. And every phone, you should have to download an app. Yes?
Just on the news flash.
Oh.
Yeah, that's my laptop, so sorry about that.
Okay. I missed it.
I was gonna ask,
Central
I
Michigan's
use
talking.
QR codes, you say they're not dead, but where I found them very effective, I was in a German museum, and they had QR codes as an option. So if all the exhibits were in German, it was great to have a little snippet in English. And I think the same could be said, if just by chance you happen to, like, 20% of your people in attendees are Japanese.
Right.
And just a few little things like that make all the difference
you know, I don't want to get too far away from what we strictly think of as social media, because this might be outside the realm, but it all ties back to your brand and that experience that your customer has, or someone who attends an event that you're promoting. That's part of the brand, so they, you know, that's meeting an expectation they have that they'll be able to understand it, or get a little bit of it in their language, which is, that's really good. You know, if you could do that, you know, that's awesome to do. So yeah, so like this will push you, if you scan this, which every smartphone now, you used to have to download an app. Every smartphone will scan that with your camera, and it will say, do you want to go to YouTube? You say yes, and click on it, and it takes you to our muscle car video. So, I don't know if anyone wants to try it. See if you can get it for distance. I didn't try the distance part. Did it work?
Yeah.
All right. Yes. So, yeah, it's, you can do a lot of things with QR codes. I contend that they're not dead. It just depends on who's using them and what they're being used for. I won't go into this too much because Mickey talked about it. We don't have this at the museum right now. We need to get it, but I have used it for the high school that I do sports information for. It's really cool because, and I do think they offer nonprofit price. I think Mickey said they have it free. I think it's like $10 a month. So for $120 a year, you have you can have a lot more ease with what you're doing. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. Because you have your home on the left, you have the home feed, so that's everything that you see if you're actually on the platform. You have mentions. Anytime someone mentions you, it comes up in this feed right here, so you never miss if somebody tags you. You have all of your tweets, and then you'll see a feed that have these scheduled tweets. So it can be a really, really useful tool. Again, use what works for you, but I use Tweet a lot and find it very valuable. Last thing is metrics. I consider social media part of marketing, obviously, and that's one area where you're constantly analyzing. What did you do? How did it perform? What can we do better next time? And that will never end. There's no magic bullet. You'll always be analyzing. So I would encourage you to use the built-in analytics. A lot of these platforms have built-in analytics. You can do something called UTM codes, which I won't get into too much, but we're looking at trying to do a much better job of that in the museum. It's basically a way to track traffic, where you're coming from, how long you're staying, things like that. But it kind of takes a bit of coding, which is daunting for anyone. And then the biggest thing, though, that I try to express to my board is that the number of followers doesn't necessarily matter. The amount of engagement matters, right? You can have 15,000 followers, but if they're not engaging with us, then I mean, it kind of doesn't really mean much. And if you have a limited social budget, two-way conversations are free, right? So I would encourage you to get on there and really talk to people, engage with them, get them to buy into your brand, into what your institution does, and become part of, I call it Gilmore Nation, where I work. So if you have something like that, get as many people as you can to really buy in and start telling their friends and all that good stuff. Oh, and then at the bottom, I just had a couple points about your audience will tell you what they want, either by, you know, sometimes you can ask them in sort of a disguised way what they want, or they'll just tell you by the types of things that they're interacting with and they're liking, that's what they want. And that's ultimately what we want to give them. We want to give them what they want. We're almost done. Again, to reiterate, social media is one place where you can have fun. You know, you don't always have to be so serious. You can kind of let your hair down a little bit. And I like what Matthew, again, New York Stock Exchange, he said in the letters, social media is fun. You might be surprised what happens when you let your brand have some. And then another sports account that I follow called Skull Sparks says, does your team get it? Social isn't just information. information distribution. You're in the entertainment industry. Businesses succeed by giving customers what they want. So not to say that you can at the expense of your institution's mission, but go ahead and have some fun. This is a video, and I won't make you watch it, but we did at an early show, we got our men's out, we have a men's replica, and we got it out, and we had some high schoolers from the local high school track team come over and race the men's for everybody. And we kind of made a funny video. Yes, Jay?
Please play that much of it.
Okay, I'll play this much of it.
That's a direct order.
I know. That's my boss.
Hopefully it's not jumpy.
I know, maybe I won't make it big. We'll see how it does. Then stops out at like 8 miles per hour or something like
Funny thing about this is these boys knew they were racing the car. They had no idea what they were racing. So you see them turning back and going, we won?
that. Yeah, so that was kind of a fun thing that we did, and again, people enjoyed it. People there in person thought it was awesome, and we got a good response from our board, liked it, and which, as you know, that's always important. And then our audience liked it too, so that was fun. The next thing I want to talk about, I saw this just the other day, on March 7th, they posted this. National Park and Forest Service had posters that someone had made. I don't know if you commissioned this person. Weren't they great? Of their worst Yelp reviews. And they kept them on brand too. They looked like what you would expect a National Park Service poster to look like. So I'm going to fly through them real quick because I just cannot share these. The only thing to do here is walk around the desert. There are bugs and they will bite you on your face. Ugliest place I've ever seen, Death Valley. Trees block view and there are too many gray rocks. Okay, if you like cactus. Looks nothing like the license plate. This is my favorite. A hole, a very, very large hole. Not impressed with Grand Canyon. All I saw was a lake, mountains, and some trees. I don't know what you're expecting. Save yourself some money, boil some water at home. Scenery is distant and impersonal. No wow factor. So again, that's a good example, I think, of things that are funny, that still are on brand, they're poking fun at people, and quite honestly, I don't think I've ever been to any of those places, quite honestly. And if you want to go to some of them, actually, so I was like, no way, like, really, who says that about, like, Yosemite or something? And then the last thing is, if you want a feel-good social media person to follow, because in the end, everything's going to be all right, right? It's not the end-all be-all if somebody doesn't like something or makes a negative comment. Jen Hartman, John Deere, she says, building a strong social media program takes time. Turning a struggling one around can take even longer. Breathe, it's all going to be okay. This is my favorite. This is like life, like daily. Social media management, 1 part gut instinct, 1 part cross your fingers, 1 part shock when something works, 3 parts act like you knew that it would work all along, right? Sometimes you just have to be like, oh yeah, I knew that was going to work. And it's okay to admit you need help, it's okay to have questions. Next week I'm going to Kalamazoo Social Media Week. I encourage you to go to a ton of things like this. Every time I learn something, every time. Doesn't even matter if it's a subject matter and I'm like, oh, I know that, I got an account. It's like, oh, you building something real. So I'd encourage you to go to that type of stuff. These are just a couple of groups. You may already be following Nonprofit Happy Hour, Museum Social Media Managers, and Museum Graphic Designers and groups on Facebook. I found a lot of value in them because everybody's asking the questions that you're thinking but you're not asking. And then again, the 3 people that I referenced with their screenshots of their tweets are over there on the left. And we've come to the end. This is Bob Ross with his swirl peapod, who lived in his pocket when he painted. And I didn't know that until yesterday. So I thought I'd share it with you guys. Sorry, I'm quirky. Any questions? That's it. That's all I got.
That was excellent. Emily will answer questions while Bob will be loading down his presentation. So just ignore Bob for a bit.
Yes.
My question is that I'm from the old school that looks at conversion studies of what advertising does. And I'm trying to equate this to advertising. I don't think it is. I don't think it's the right thing. But if you're trying to develop a budget for promotion, how do I measure the return on investment? Because in Gilmore, you want to rent the cash register, right?
Right.
You want people to walk in the front door.
Right.
How many of those people how do you measure how many came in the front door because of what they saw?
Well, I think the easiest way, and that's an area that I'm not an expert at, but I think you might want to look into UTM codes a little bit more and some of those tracking metrics, because then you can track conversions. Like if you have like an online store, you can track where people are coming from. Yeah, so I mean that's where I would start, and that's kind of, unfortunately, that's as much as I know about that. Right, exactly. So I mean, if 2% is coming in from your social, then you're like, well, obviously that doesn't work as good as 50% from a mailer or something like that. So that's basically what I'm sure, as you probably know from study, that there's tons of.
So with your cruise forecast, does that have an impact if you have something that's really good? Do you get more cruisers though?
You know, sometimes. I don't know that we have good numbers on it. That's something I should test my UTM codes, because I'm just getting into the UTM codes, because like I said, it takes a bit of coding, which you get into this and you're like, wait, I am in marketing, what? I have to code now? But yeah, people will be like, because we're in Hickory Corners, we're 20 to 25 miles away from literally everywhere. You know, we're kind of isolated, so.
We're just outside of Metro, Hickory Corners.
Yes, Metro Hickory, down the road. But my house is Portage, 23 miles away. It could be rainy where I live, but sunny and nice and agreeable. So that's why I do it too, because people do come from that far, or have to come from that far. So, anyway, thanks for listening, guys. Appreciate it.